starting a new season. It's time again. It's me, MattyG. Welcome back. Right, first off, we're going to go to Customize Club. We're going to stick with Adidas. We're actually going to stick with the same home kit. I think we're going to change the third kit. We're with Adidas, but I want to just change it a little bit. I'm going to go with this stripe across the center on the green, and then I'm thinking we're going to change the away kit to something a little bit different. We're going to kind of carbon copy the home kit in some respects, and now they've changed the away kit. Why have they changed the away kit? Okay, so you can't have a carbon copy. Okay, the main kits are not changing. It's the third kit and the goalkeeper. We're going to go back to purple. That's going to be the kits this season. As for the City Stadium, the crappy stadium, we're actually going to increase our capacity a fraction. And I'm thinking to do that, we're going to have to go to Ivy Lane. Yeah, we've managed to squeeze in 6,000 this year with the money we made. So we've upgraded our stadium ever so slightly. Everything else stays the same. So it's just a small tweak. Right, review board objectives this year. What we got to do? We've got to sell 2 players and sign 2 crucial players to replace them. Finish the season with any unspent trade, blah, blah, blah. Sign a young player. Well, that's kind of our thing anyway. Within 2 seasons, at least 2 players from the youth academy signed to the first team plan. That could be a bit more awkward. Critical mid-table finish. Really would like to be higher. Reach group round of 16. Yeah, okay. We've already got that one. Bad exposure. 10 clean sheets this season. Yeah, we struggled for clean sheets last year. And signed 1 young player. And the financial, we've already got that one in the bag. Cool. Right, so we'll move on to my due diligence that I do every year. And let's go through the players that we've been able to muster, which isn't many. So we've only got, 4 to pick from. Let's got to pick 3 out of these 4, which I know sounds crazy, right? And now looking at them, I think it's kind of obvious who we should go for. So I'm going to remove my quiz because, we've only found 4 and we can only go for 3. It's got to be these 3, right? And I think to start off with, you've got to go with Michael. So Henri, Michael. I don't know, how would you say that? Michael, Henri and Michael. Is that Belgium? Belgium international? Will be Belgium international. Very young, 18-year-old central midfielder, right in our ballpark. We should be able to get him on a rotation. He wants some. Well, okay, but I don't see that being important for too long. So it is what it is. I want him, so we're going to pay him. No release clause. He wants a release clause. Deny the release clause. That's going to cost me, right? And we're going to go with 40. And I'm going to chuck in 100 grand. That worked. Beautiful. I didn't think that was going to work. I'll be honest. I didn't want to put in the 100 grand. I try not to do bonuses too often. But he seemed like he was going to be a difficult character to sign then. But obviously not so much. So he comes in on a 5-year contract. Apparently they're comparing him to our holding midfielder, which I think is just crazy. Yeah, there he is. He's in. We've got our first man. Second, probably go with a 16-year-old left back. Some of these players may go out actually on loan, depending on how things go. This will be our next free agent signing. I'm going to go for sporadic, see if he rotational. See, I'm happy with rotational. Contract length 5 years, son. No release clause. I'm loving it. And I'm not too worried about this one. We should be able to negate near enough all of this by bumping this up to 25 grand. And at 16 years old, he should not be turning that away. Exactly. Well done, Jack. So there we go. We've just signed Aiden Jack, a left back, 16 years old. I know we've got a load of left backs, but at 16 years old, he's 75. I mean, he's not good enough on my backside. He's good enough at that age. And then Thomas, we're going to approach to sign Thomas as well. He wants anything other than rotational. Yeah, I think I eat my own hat. I'm going to go sporadic. He's happy with sporadic. Perfect. So 5 years. This guy probably will go out on loan and be a future sale. Disregard release clause. Disregard release clause. Thank you. Told you I don't want to disregard it, and we will give you 32,000. I think that's close enough to get a deal done. And there it is. Boom. Loving it. So he comes in as well. That's our 3 free agent signings. Not really going to be first teamers, but you know, future first teamers. Who knows? They might play a role to play. Right, we've got about, I think we had 60 million in the bank. We've got no offers coming in. So we've got about 60 million in the bank to spend. And there's a lot of players I would quite like, yes. But we've got to also be realistic of what we can sign. And these are some of the top targets. I would like a real top striker. Someone like Endrick or Victor Ruku. How you say him? Either of them two would be really, really up my street. Looking at Endrick, I mean, it's not too far or unrealistic. Ruku probably more realistic price. We've got a nice centre back there that's a decent price. Looking for an 85, that would help quite a lot. Yeah, there are some decent little ones here. I mean, I would love to get this guy, Yilmaz from Spurs, as my holding midfielder, but it's the values. Even the goalkeeper, the values. I mean, it's ridiculous. Probably the best goalkeeper on the game at the minute. So yeah, there's my targets, and I say I do have, we've got 58 million in total to spend. So I'm going to go through the squad. It's got a large squad, and we're going to trim it down over the coming days. And yeah, we'll go from there. We've got an email from the crappy board. You just say they're happy with the finances. And yeah, so right, we're going to crack on. And we'll see what we can do in the time we have to do it. Well, it's we're down to Saturday, August 18th. It's Premier League opener. So yeah, I mean, the team hasn't changed much on first team anyway. We're just going to sim for the first few games. 3-2 loss. It was close. Leach and Riviere with goals either side. Poor performance by our lads when you come to see about it. Lucky to get the 2 goals there. But that's not why we were quick simming it. This is what I was worried was about to happen. So, yeah, we've just sold... Oh, I skipped it. Anyway, let's go into the messages. You'll see what I mean. So Gutierrez has just been sold. That's our second striker. He's gone to AJX. Yeah, that one. The deal was for 40 million. King got sold as well. Was one of the backup goalkeepers. 760k there. Jimenez has gone from the right hand side. Now we've got Webster in. That's 12 million pounds. Perch got sold for 6 million. Rose has been loaned out. Ziegler loaned. Leonard loaned. Paris loaned. We sold our third striker, which means we're only down to 1 now. 8.3 million pounds to Ajax. Jacobs left on loan. Thomas loan. Sharp loan. Loads of people going out on loan. Hurst was also sold for 6.5. That brings us pretty much up to date with how things are team-wise. We're still struggling to sell some of those youth prospects. We've sent a load out on loan. So we've got a squad of 39. We've still got deals coming in constantly though. So we have to go through a lot of these, which I will do briefly in a minute. Yeah, so far we've generated a total budget of 160 million to spend. The question is how we're going to spend it and who we're going to spend it on. Now, my main targets, you need a new striker. Preferably one that's going to power through and just be the number 1 striker. So, yeah, I'll be brutally honest, my number 1 target was Endrick. The problem is, he's out of reach, okay? For the moment, or for the time being, he's out of reach. So, Victor Ruki is going to be the next obvious choice. He's got a more reasonable price tag, so that one's doable. Then I'm looking at centre-backs. Now, this guy's valued way too highly, but his younger friend over here is valued in the right region. So they're kind of my top 2 targets at this point. Anything could change, obviously, but I think they're the two targets I want this season. So, yeah, hold the phone, because we will come in for a bid of one of these or two of these in the not too distant future. Checking out my current academy, if I go by, hang on, there we go, we go by age. Overalls, we'll check in a minute, but what we're looking at is potential in their ages. As you can see, I would say 90% of my guys are 94 on their potential. Very high, like for example, Lorenzo's 80 to 94, that is fantastic. 81 to 94, fantastic. 93 to 94, goalkeeper, Chisholm. That Scottish goalkeeper is going to be an absolute world beater. He's 15, so we've still got a good season and a half before he's available to sign up for the top team, if you will. Yeah, so our youth system has been coming on a treat. Overall, the best player possible at the moment would be right midfield Barker. We've already got a Webster that's basically got the same potential and is already in the squad at a very high level. So, I mean, these guys will be coming through, and I will try to loan them out. Some might get sold. It all depends on how they progress. But as things stand, there's a potential of maybe just 3 or 4 of the youth team getting called up to the main team at any point throughout this season, really. So, yeah, there is that. So, yeah, I'm going to carry on till deadline day, and we'll see where we are in the league. And if we do eventually make any signings. Well, we're back. It's deadline day, but first, we sold a couple of players. So, McPherson sold as a goalkeeper backup for 550k. Franklin, central midfielder. Ollie Franklin, been with us for a long time now. 24 years of age. Not getting anywhere near the first team. He wants to leave. He's getting a bit grumpy. We let him go for 8 million quid. Herrero was also sold, a youth prospect who I had to give up. He was wanting to play more regularly, and he was like a 62. And I just can't see him getting in many games. So, yeah, I sold him, and he went for 2.6 million. So, yeah, those are the 3 we've made since then. Many outgoings at all. No incomings as of yet. I'm going to quickly check the transfers, see what we have. So S. Mendes wants to go. Do you know what? I'm not even going to try and fight him anymore. I'm just going to let him go for whatever the offer is, if they're a youngster, like, obviously. Right, before I do anything else, the best thing to do is just check what is our total budget. We've got 171 million. Okay, right. 171. I've got a few players that I've been looking at. The question is, who do I go for? So I'm not going to say anything until I've actually gone for them. It's going to be a big surprise for you as well as me. So we do make a deadline day signing on hour 10. A lot of money. I think it's going to be worth it because we've been conceding so many. We needed to get someone in to help shore up at the back, and I decided to go for this fella in the end out of all the choices, so it'd leave me some money. Centre back, Stan Williams, a Netherlands or Holland or Dutch centre back, if you will. We paid quite a hefty fee, 72.5 million. Took a lot to get there as well. We had to do quite a bit of negotiation. He's going to come in, and he's actually going to play alongside Horn. So it's going to be a great first team comparison there. He's going to play alongside Horn in the same position. They've both got equal amount of pace as well. So it should be good and interesting to see how they do. You see him compared to some of the other defenders. He is by far better in the centre-back position. So, yeah, he'll be taking a place of Stewart alongside Horn, and Stewart's going to become the kind of go-to backup. That's just how it is, and that's the only signing we're going to make at the minute. as we do need a striker. I'm just going to do a little bit of look and research as we go on. Looking down at today's top transfers, Torres has moved once again from Brighton to Newcastle. I think he moved last year as well. Second up is our own. We brought from Borussia Dortmund, 72.5 million. And then William Boney has moved from Brentford to Milano. So 63.8 million there. Other deals that went through, nothing else. It's all the same. There are some rumours, but we're not really interested in rumours. We do have a player leaving. It's nothing too bad. Daniel Longo has gone for £30 million. It's not one that we want to go. He was a good backup, but we've got good squad depth at the moment with Lopez as well. So we should be all right. Although we've got multiple offers in for Lopez at the moment, so we've got to watch this space and be careful. So down at the halfway point here now, at 5 hours to go, and we've got to completely change today's top deals. Guerrero as right midfielder or right winger has left Fulham to go to Bologna. Sewell, right winger or right midfielder, has gone from Napoli to Bayern Leverkusen for 75 million. Torres, as the last time we saw it, was top of the table, is now third. So 125.8 million is the highest so far. We still haven't found the right thing or person to buy, but I am going to be buying a striker before the end of it, so keep an eye out for that. I've got to get someone, even if it's a backup. We're looking to improve. We're not looking to waste money. That's the key. Harvey Noble has left to Fulham for £23.5 million. I feel it was a good deal. We could have pushed it to 25, but it was hard. It says we lack quality, but we really don't. After the new signing, we still want to maintain 4 defenders, central defenders, and that's exactly what we're doing. In other news, transfer talks with Reece has fallen through, and Noble obviously has gone. That leaves our current budget at 144 million. Very nice to see. We got a new boy. He's in. I kind of gave in the end, and I went with Rookie. Yes, 85 rated overall. He's got some talent, this kid. I'm hoping this is going to strike our striking line up into attack and really bluster it. We didn't necessarily need such a good striker, but why not? I did have 2 on the go. Both accepted the same transfer fee, so yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, I'm not going to get the other one now, but yeah, nice signing. Another player went, Santiago Mendes, 730 grand. And we're down to deadline day, 1 hour remaining. Deals done, deals are finished. We're not signing anyone else. We've still got 70 million in the bank, so we can use that towards January transfer window. That won't be a problem. But today's biggest deals, they have changed slightly because it's all new at the top, apart from Guerrero. Guerrero's gone from Fulham to Bologna for 125 million. Dayu, left winger, has gone from Chelsea to Brighton for 108.8 million. Luis Gomeri has moved on the right midfield, gone from Manchester City to Crystal Palace for 85.7 million. Latest deal sees Luis Gomeri going on the last hour. So yeah, that was a big deal of the afternoon, if you like, the last big deal. And yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. So we'll see what the team looks like in a minute. So today's total deadline, before we look at the teams, was 1.7 billion, up 200 million from last year. Can we do better in January? That's going to be the big question. So our starting lineup this season sees Andrade and Piero picking up where they left off on both wings. Nevic, Riviera and Pelletier pick up the middle places, and in defence, Cuvas, Gomez on both sides, Horn in the middle with his new partner, Williams. Morgan picks up the goalkeeping in between the sticks, and up top, new signing, Rookie is up top on his own. That means Leach has dropped down to the bench, and so has Stewart. Stuart's not so happy about it. Leach is fine for now, but he will get the ump. So I'm going to have to do some contract negotiations to try and change their what they predicted playtime is, because he was no longer crucial. I think that's going to be a key thing there. Our second string squad sees Novak and Webster on the wings, Leach leading the line up top, with Butos, Michael and Lopez in the midfield area, Jack on the left, Cavallio on the right, Navarrete, Stewart down the centre, and Pinto between the sticks. Going into the season, we're already 2 games in and 2 losses. Both lost 3-2. We're hoping the slight tweak we've done on defence is going to help seal the gaps. Actually probably would have been better to get a new goalkeeper in hindsight. But yeah, maybe we can look at that again in January if we're struggling. That's something that we could look forward to. So, without further ado, I shall see you in January in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One of 3 new signings made between windows that are just arriving now. And those 3 new signings are Akali Fahed, Noah Sadisky and Ibrahim Matza. We'll take a look at those players right away. What's the best way of doing this? Okay, so they're all midfielders. They're all going out on loan, to be honest, because I can't sell them. There we go. Kaid Fayed. There he is. He's an 81 central midfielder. Got him for 18 million. Sadiki, central defensive, central midfielder, central defensive / midfielder, 25 years of age, £22 million paid. And where's the other one? Might be a counter-attacking midfielder. There he is. I am Metza. 20, I think it was 21 point something. So just under £22 million. Basically about 60 million quid for the 3, right? Which I think is a bargain deal. Let me put this guy out below. Because if I bring over to the financials, it's worth 32. Where are they? He's worth 30 and he's worth 36. So we should make a killing on these players. Yeah, some of them do have really low release clauses, considering. But they're all profit makers. And that's basically why I decided to sign them. I thought, well, we're not going to be able to do very much this year. So why not sign for next year so that we can make some proper cash? At least that was the plan, or is the plan. It does leave us pretty shy of the money with 11 million at the minute, but we're holding a 9th place at the moment. It's not been a great season. It's been very up, very down. So if we take a look at ourselves, I'm going to get me mouse off charge. Here we go. Here we go. Crappy FC is currently in 9th. We've won 8 games, drawn 4, lost 7. 7 we've lost. The problem again seems to be conceding goals. We're still scoring them, but we're conceding quite highly still. Now, I've been having a butch, which we will get into stats in a second. But I've been having a butch, and although Pinto, whatever you want to say, he wants to leave, he's been pretty poor on average. And Morgan's, I want to believe in the guy. I really do. He's 17. He's just not pulling his weight either. So, yeah, he might end up being a backup. We might end up signing someone else to replace him. So we go on the stats to our clean sheets. And we'll have a look at the goalkeepers. Morgan's played 22 games and managed just 5 clean sheets. Just 5. Only 4 in the league. And you can see his average performance isn't very good either. If we find the other goalkeeper, who has played a few games, out of these 7 games, it was 3. He played 1 good game in the Carabao Cup. Literally 1 good game in the Carabao Cup. I think it was a 9 point something, because he saved 2 penalties. Great. But other than that, he's been even poorer. So he hasn't started many games at all. Right, on to the rest of the things that we like to do at the windows. Highest appearances, Riviera and Stewart. Believe it or not, Stewart has played a lot of games, which is weird considering he's not meant to be partnering Williams. Because hang on, where is he? Horn's meant to be partnering Williams. Problem with Horn is he constantly gets suspended. Well, not suspended, but like niggly injuries and things. So he ends up missing 2 or 3 games in a row. So yeah, there might be some work to do in the defensive side. Yet again, we didn't quite fix the problem. Although Williams has managed 23 games, and he's a little bit better on average. So there is that. Although you can see Stewart's had really good games in friendlies, really good games in the Carabao Cup. Not so bad in the UCL, but again, league is letting them down. Going over from there, we go to the goals. Now, goal front, I'm not too worried about it, because as you can see, our front main 3 are scoring, except for Andrade. Andrade was out for 3 months, hence why Novak's had so many game times in comparison. But when you look at it, they're all sort of scoring 1 in 2. 1 in 2, 1 in 2. Even Andrade's actually got the best. He's got 7 in 8. But most of them came before his injury. The 2 games he's had since he come back, he hasn't scored. So if that helps. Even Leach has managed 17 times. Okay, a lot of them are off the bench, but he scored 7 goals in that time and assisted 3 times, which I think is really good as a backup striker. And he's not too unhappy about it either. In assists, again, it's the striker leading the way. This time it's a rookie because he's played more games, granted, but still it's a striker. Novak with 7 and Perito with 5. Also, Michael, central midfielder, playing in the second string team, managed 5 assists as well, which is actually quite good. Now, if we move on to the overall attributes, Perito has increased, Williams has increased, and that's where it really stops. I mean, okay, Leach did increase by 1 as well, but that is pretty much where the ball ends there. On the finance side, we go to their valuations. Obviously, Perito has increased in value because he's just getting better and better and better, which is great. Williams has also increased in value. You can see the percentages. Rookie hasn't, but I imagine he will do by the end of the season. I don't think anyone's really gone down negative. Oh, no, we have got a negative one. Matza. But then that doesn't really count because we've just signed him and we signed him for a lot less than that. Oh, wow. 34% up for Jack. Well done, Jack. He's had a couple of games. He's done really well when he has played. Okay, so yeah, that's the state of affairs. There's not much more we can really do. So it's a case of trying to get through January and see what happens. If we do have to sell some players, I'll try to bring some new players in. Our main aim is, if we make enough money, is to buy 1 outstanding goalkeeper. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that one. It's that time again. It's deadline day here in January, and yeah, well, things ain't gone the way we wanted it to, but it ain't too bad. Let's start off with today's top deals. The best has moved to RC Strasbourg, I think that is. £65 million. Boselli has moved to Stuttgart for 41.9 million. Solar has moved to Torino from Brentford for £23.8 million. Where's the best way of doing this? Let's go notifications first, I guess. I can go to the inbox. We get rid of that Finland offer because I'm not interested. So, people that have gone. Holmes has finally been sold for 350k. The goalkeeper Pinto left for £20 million. Sadiki was loaned out to Manchester United. However, there is a buy-in clause at the end of the season, which I believe is around £38 million. Mats has also been loaned out to Real Sociedad, who has a buy-in clause for £50 million. It could be the other way around with those two, I forget. And then Fade has gone to Milano FC on a straight 6-month loan deal. On other news, he's going to the squad. On other news, in central midfield, we have a little bit of an issue. Nevic. There we go. Nevic is out for the next 3 months. It says 2 months now, but it was 3 months, so it is 3 months. It just says 2 months because we've already moved on about a week. That's, it is what it is. Can't really argue with that. We've had to give a new contract to Piero on the right-hand wing because Arsenal came in and bought his contracts out, so we had to, bump that up, which was a pain in the backside. Moving on, we still got £29 million in the budget. We've got to look for a goalkeeper, but we're currently sitting 10th. Slight improvement, although we have lost a few more games. But it is a slight improvement. Goals have still come, but we're still leaking. Not as many. But where are we? 10th, 33 points. We're way off the leaders, Man City, by miles. They've only lost 2 games all season, so Arsenal are in second, but they're almost 20 points behind. Kind of their story at the moment, really. So yeah, it is what it is. We did get knocked out in the FA Cup 3-2 by Leeds, but we are in the semi-finals against Arsenal, and we beat them 5-2 in the first leg. It just goes to show you, even when we're scoring goals, we're conceding goals. But now we're going to the away leg. I'm wondering whether or not we'll score at all. Goals away seem to be tricky. In the UECL, we came in 22nd, so I don't believe we're going to move on from there. I don't think that's anywhere close to moving on, which is unfortunate. We did manage 2 wins, a draw, but 3 losses. Kind of sunk us there. It was our first time in it. It could have been a route to the Champions League. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen this year. Halfway through the transfer deadline day, nothing so far. And we have new things on today's top deals. Cruz, left midfielder, finally moved, and now he's gone to Liverpool. Literally at the start of this window, I looked at him and they turned around and said that he's not leaving the club. He's not available to leave the club. And then someone else, that really bugs me. That really irks me. That's annoying. That is really annoying. I've wanted that guy for a while. El Chervi has moved from Nottingham Forest to that team for £99 million. And Luca Burt, centre-back, moved from West Ham to Milano. That really annoyed me, that is. I'm sure that's the same one. I'm going to have to check, but I'm almost positive that is the... Hang on, let me just do it this way. It's the same guy that we wanted. Yeah, played for a team similar to that, and now he's at Liverpool. No, that's the wrong one. It's gone. It was on here. I swear he was on here. I had him on here as a left midfielder. Yeah, A. Cruz. There he is. And he's jumped up to an 86. Absolute ball plot, mate. That's not right, that ain't. That is... Not happy. Not happy. Right, let's crack on. Finally a new signing with just a couple of hours to go. We finally brought one in. We knew we were going to need one, so we got one. He's a goalkeeper. I believe he's Brazilian, coming in from West Ham. It's Bruno Gabriel. Gabriel? I'm going to call him Gabriel. Yeah, he's an 82, so he's definitely an improvement on Morgan, who's possibly letting in all the goals. Although Morgan's diving is fantastic. I think time, Morgan will get better in time. That's the thing, right? So I just needed to get another goalkeeper in anyway, so why not use the money that we did have available to bring one in? So now we've got a second goalkeeper. Happy days. 2 hours to go. So yeah, all the last transfer deadline day making moves has already been and done and dusted, and nothing really changes on the top deals except for the last one. Diamande, centre-back, moved from Athletic Bilbao to Borussia Dortmund for just shy of 80 million quid. The latest deals of the day, Ahmed moved from Leicester to Stuttgart for 12.1. Zumadia has moved from Brighton to Manchester United for 30.2. And Gio Vorgan from 96 Wolfsburg, is that? to someone for 3.4. They are the last deals of the transfer deadline day. That is shut. No more deals can be purchased, done, or made, and the total comes up to £1.4 billion. There you go. That's quite a substantial amount in January. And we've got we've got them in the league. League next. Well, if there is a final, you will see it. If there isn't a final, just pray that we finish mid-table, because that is the goal this year. Unfortunately, I will see you on the other side. Till then. I nearly said till next time. Peace out. For crying out loud. You can't cut the video that short, Matt. We only got to the end of the season. See you in a minute. Okay, things went wrong in the whole recording of that. If I go back to February, there we go. So let me get my mouse working. There we go. So we last saw you on deadline day, right? My brain went frazzled because we played Arsenal twice in the league and the cup. I completely forgot about the first leg where we won. So I added these two up, and I was like, we're lost. We're out. We're not even in the league, in the cup final. So I kind of skipped ahead a month, right? At the end of the next month, to then realise that we did have a cup final and we won it. So yes, we did win the League Cup this season. No, we didn't get to watch it, record it, or even play the highlights of it. And then I nearly, if I go forward a few more months, you can see the results league-wise, not so great. I mean, we've had a bit of a poor year. But what we have done is scrape through the UECL. And we're actually in the final. So originally, I had stopped here so that we could play the last game of the season. However, there was no point in me playing the last game of the season because, well, useless season. But we were in a final. So you are going to get a final, just, you should have got two. And that's on me. I'm bad. My bad. So, we're going with our usual suspects in the starting lineup. Andrade on the left, Piero on the right, Ruki up front on his own, Gattuso, Pagliari and Riviera. Why Gattuso? Because Enovic has been out most of the season now, last 3 months. I'm not sure if he even is. No, he's still not even back from his injury, right? So, yeah, that's why he's starting. And then we go for a back line as of standard. Cuvez on the right, Gomez on the left, Horn and Williams in the middle. And then new signing Cabral, he's starting between the sticks, even though he's had a pretty poor run of things himself. It's just the way things are. There's not much I can do about the league form at the moment. This should be doing a lot better than this. They really should. Right, let's get cracking.
A glittering occasion. It is the final, but only one side can emerge victorious. Who's it going to be? It has been all about getting to this stage, and two teams have made it. My name is Derek Ray, and I'm joined by Stuart Robson.
I'm just thinking, if we win this, that'd be the first season.
Well, they're going to play with two wingers in this 4-3-3 formation, so they need to switch.
Now, hold on, Stuart.
Come on, that's not even right. Pace. Tackle, son, tackle. Whew. It's a good thing I've got some pacey centre backs.
Crossing possibility.
Cross it. On your head, son. On your head.
Well positioned to clear.
That's poor. Long cross by Lille. Okay. We'll try and intercept this one if we can. Yes. Counter it. Counter it. Counter it. Go on, Andrade. Yes. Take a touch. Take a touch. Get in.
Oh yes. First to score in this final.
Crappy FC. Crappy FC. Long cross by Leo. Let's do this again. Same thing, we just got to intercept it. No, not this time. Stand him up, stand him up, yes.
Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay.
Look for the easy pass.
Well, maybe a good position
over
for
that
to
ball.
counter.
Go on, son, there's Piero. Barretto's through on goal.
Can he take the chance?
Of course he can.
I'll tell you what.
There's a reason his rating keeps going up.
Name on the trophy, maybe.
We are going to win. I say we are going to win. Crossing opportunity for Lille again. They should stop crossing opportunities, mate. Like, I thrive on them. All my goals come from their own crossing opportunities.
He read the situation defensively and did his job.
Crappy FC finally get an attack. Andrade's got a bit of
He has
pace here.
teammates around him.
And that was
Didn't go to plan
my
in
own
the end.
fault. I leant on the controller the wrong way. That was all down to me. Lille's on the counter attack. We've got men back. We should get this easy. Stand him up. Stand him up, you idiot. There we go.
Lille unable to retain possession.
70 minutes. We're doing all right. Not conceding. Right, stand him up. Stand him up. Stand him up. Stand no!
Great attacking play.
I thought I was the computer character that had got close to him there. What a numpty. Wasn't paying attention. Right, stand him up. Little tap. Counter attack. Turn it. Through ball. No, didn't get
Lille
to
with
him.
the ball again.
Even though I tackled there. Crappy FC again. 79 minute. We get another attack. I don't really see where I want to go with that. And it's really... Right, we have a corner. We've been doing alright on corners recently. Just go get a nice whip on the ball. Nice and under. Nice and deep.
So the corner played into the box.
That didn't quite
And
work.
knocked out of there. And there's the feed into the box. Opportunity. There it
It's
is.
alright.
Victory
We don't mind
for
how we score the third
guaranteed
goal.
now.
We don't mind how we score the third goal. Written in the stars, bro.
And there it is, the final
Crappy
whistle.
FC
Cuts
gets their
and
hand
pieces
on
theirs,
the crappy
and they've done it
UEFA,
on merit.
whatever it is,
Look at
League
these
Cup
scenes.
thingy. So we won the lowest of all the cups, pretty much. But it's fine, it's fine. Now, and as long as, if I'm right and this particular save is proper glitched out, we won't get any sort of parade. But this time we do. So it has to be, you have to win more than one cup. It's got to be, because it's the first time we've ever had one. But yeah, there we go. We've finally got a parade, and we've finally got more than one trophy. We've got a League Cup, which I'm so sorry we didn't get to see, but we did get to see the UCEL, which is the whatever it is. Don't make up too many rubbish tournaments these days. But it doesn't matter because we won it. We are the champions. Right, and now that's come to an end, we can actually check out all the good stuff, starting with the league. Here we go. So we ended up in 13th, which, you know, we spent most of the time of the whole season in the sort of 10 to 13th spot, which is it's a fraction of an improvement, I guess. Not really. 67 points in total. Not 67 points, sorry. 50 points in total. 67 against. 72 for. 67 against. Why are we conceding so many? I mean, that astounds me. 8 draws, 16 losses, and only 14 wins. I mean, just in a you know, bittersweet comparison, Man City won the league, losing just 2 games, winning exactly double the amount that we won, and they ended up with 92 points, almost double what we had. That's harsh. That's harsh. And we scored the same amount of goals. We scored the same amount of goals. It's purely letting goals in. So we really need to address something. This is something fundamentally flawed with our back line. We're going to have to really look into it. But we should get a little bit of cash. So 2 cups, 13th. I'm guessing we got 60 million last season. I'm guessing we should be getting more this season. Season coming, shall we say. So let's check on the stats. Yes, the players have gone up because I've signed a load of youth players. So we can ignore those. Right, most appearances was from S. Williams and P. Parito. New signing Williams had a mediocre season, but he has grown by 2, so I think he was definitely worth purchasing. He's rivaling Rito already, which is pretty good with his stats. Right, that's the appearances anyway, so we're not worried too much about that. Goals, right? Rookie, 31 out of 51. That's actually a good return, a really good return. Definitely worth the signing, even if he is getting on a bit now. 25 for me. I like him young. Parito. 25 goals out of 54. That's not bad return. Novak ended up playing 40 games in total. That's good. 16 goals, not bad. I mean, a lot of them probably would have come from the bench. Andrade, 26 after he came back, 11 goals. Yeah, it's a mixed kettle of fish, really, isn't it? That's the thing. It's a mixed kettle of fish. Going by the assists, I'm going to assume that it was Rookie again. It is, but Parito was close with 13 as well. Clean sheets, which... I mean, do we even want to look at this when it comes to goalkeepers? Gabel got 8. Carbell. Out of... Really managed 20 games. We signed him at the end of January. Did we really play 20 Premier League games? Oh no, hold on. We signed him from West Ham, so he would have already played some league games, wouldn't he? So he managed 8 clean sheets throughout that whole season. Where's the other goalkeeper gone? Morgan managed 6 in roughly the same amount of games. Yeah, we definitely... I think we're going to have to figure something out. Maybe send Morgan out on loan and get another goalkeeper. I don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. That's something we're going to have to figure out. Right, let's move on to attributes. We already know who's going to be top of this list. Benito Williams, short behind him on 1. Ricky hasn't changed at all. Andrade's gone up again. Carbell's gone up. Rivera's gone up. Leach has gone up. Yeah, so it's all sort of like a 1 increase across the board. Parito's gone up by 1 since January. Williams has gone up as well. Let's move on to the finances. Gauge the finances, please. Parito's gone up to 144 million, but after signing that brand new contract with a year's extension, almost increasing his wage by 50,000 a week. He's now got a release clause of £340 million, which if someone pays for it and he goes, fine, we can replace him with that. That's not a problem. We can do that. Moving down the list with Williams, he's gone up to 96 million with 200 release clause. Rookie sitting at 65. He's actually decreased. I don't get that. He's had a pretty decent season. Andrade there has also gone up in the world. Not by much. Barroso, so on and so forth. Blah. Okay, so we've got a few players in talks with other clubs. This is due to their contract running out, and now they're in talks to sign with other clubs. Well, it's not contract, their loan deal running down. So hopefully some money coming my way on that front. We'll have to keep you updated on that. And they go, Noah Giddy has moved to Manchester United for £50 million. They say it's bad negotiations, but it's not really. Look at it. We brought him for 20 million quid in January, right? We sent him immediately out on loan to Manchester United with a buying clause of 50 million quid. We have just made £30 million profit. It says it there, look. Right there, it's clear as day. How do you assume that is a flipping bad negotiation? That is genius, for my friend. Genius. Ibrahim Matzer's left. He's gone for £38 million to Real Sociedad, who's picked up the option to purchase him. Apparently that's a C. Good price. I mean, I don't get this. How can the last one be bad and this one be good? This is a lot less profit. It's 15.5 million. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say about it. It's just absolutely bizarre. And there's the confirmation of his sale. So it actually leaves our current balance at £86 million. So there might be some deal we could make somewhere along the line. Because I think you lose that money once the season actually ends. So I'm going to have to use it. Use it before you lose it. Okay, I've just made one hell of a deal. Whew, what a deal. And this is before the season started, by the way. This is kind of like a bonus before the actual season has even started, because we haven't ended this one. Overall 95 player. He is a star. Okay, yes, we had to get rid of Bruno Cabriel in order to beef up the transfer kitty in order to reach it. His market value was 183.5. They were demanding 140. And I had 80, I think it was 82 million in cash. So I had to do a deal. And the best way I could do it is I had to bump up. And I wasn't going to give him Morgan, because Morgan being 18 has got a lot more room to grow. So I gave him Cabral, or Cabral, however you want to say it, which beefed it up quite a bit. Now we have a star player in between the sticks. That is the start of the new regime. We're starting to rebuild before we even have a chance to rebuild. It's fantastic. So, as confirmation on Sunday, June the 30th, season 29/30, competition number 1, the Premier League. We came 13th in the Emirates FA Cup. We did get knocked out in the first round, which was round 3. The EFL Cup, we won it when I thought we got lost in the semi-final. That is, again, can't apologise more enough than that. That's my bad. But we did go through. Ignore that one. We did win the UEFA Conference League, so you know that's one thing. I don't know if that puts what league that ends up putting us in. I don't know if that boosts us up to the one above it or what. But winning it, we're definitely in Europe next year. That's the only way I can really see it. It's been enough to keep the board happy. So now we really do need to improve. At least that's what we're saying. So yeah, join us next time where we try to go one step further. This challenge has been a little harder. Our players haven't grown as well. And I've picked the wrong defenders and goalkeepers this time round. But next season, season 2030, it's going to be a big one.